Oh, there you are, YouTube. Doodle 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 doo. Subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. Hey, right now I am running through all of the Best Picture nominees for the Oscars, and I've gotten a few of them out of the way, but still working on them. And today I watched Zone of Interest, and this movie is basically about a family living outside the walls of Auschwitz, and the father of that family was basically running the camp, running Auschwitz, and eventually moves on to bigger roles for the Nazi Party, and he's based off of a real person as well, and you know gets new jobs along the way in this movie. But what I found pretty unique about it and interesting and I guess unexpected, like all I really knew was what I just said. Family lives outside of the walls of Auschwitz. I didn't know, um, if anybody was involved with um, running Auschwitz or not, and in that family. So I don't know. I went in really not knowing much information at all with this movie. But what I I guess was most surprised with, in terms of like the filmmaking style, was I guess the form that was used, um, specifically with sound. Man, I wish I would have looked this up before starting the video because this is going to be a one take. But was this nominated for in the sound categories? Or I guess we only have one sound category now, but um, that that just felt so important to this film because you have the family living in their home, and then they have like a garden. They feel very like self sufficient, you know, in their space, a very big house, and like the wife and the kids. The kids are, you wonder how naive they are to what's going on, but you're hearing what they're hearing. It's like the background diegetic sounds that are happening in this movie are so much more important than uh, most other movies that you watch. Like most other movies are just sort of giving you a sense of environment, but the sense of environment show you what's beyond, or the wall that separates their yard from Auschwitz, right? So that's what you're hearing. You're hearing screams, you're hearing gunshots, you're hearing furnaces. It's just it's like nothing I feel like I've ever seen or heard before. I mean, maybe I have, but it's not coming to mind, where the background noise is more important in a way, um, to this film um, than most films. It has a stronger purpose than just sort of letting you know, hey, you're outdoors in a park, or something like that. So that's what I found pretty interesting, and I feel like, I don't know, I'm just going on memory. I feel like it was nominated for sound category, and if it was, that makes total sense, and I get it, and I think that's a great nomination because it just felt so important. We also get some interesting visuals in this film that I found were unexpected, and some, I guess, score to go along with it. There's a girl in the village, in the town, um, dropping off like snacks, like apples, um, to the prisoners in Auschwitz, and the way that's shown was unexpected. Um, just from a formal standpoint, the visuals were like, oh wow, like it was pretty jarring, pretty shocking. There's a couple moments where we just get these blank screens, with color, and that was um, unexpected too. Like, I don't know, I think I just went into it because you grew up watching a lot of movies about World War II, and they don't have a lot of, I guess, I don't know, lack of a better term, like artistic flair to them. I obviously Schindler's List does with the red coat and everything, but the flame too. I believe there's a flame, a color flame, also at the beginning. But usually it's I feel like kind of straightforward. There are some examples where I guess that's not fully true. I mean, I'm even thinking of Valkyrie right now, that Tom Cruise movie. And if I remember correctly, there was a really unique scene in which they switched from German to English. I thought that was pretty inventive. But this movie has a lot of that. And also, oh man, I don't know. I guess some of this stuff I should probably keep quiet on in case you haven't seen the film, so that you can experience it, because there was something closer to the end that I was surprised at also, like this sort of jump that we made visually and in other ways, and it was just kind of like, oh wow. So not only was it compelling story to follow, but also the visuals were really interesting. Visuals, the editing, film form, all of that was really interesting, surprising, unexpected. So that I don't know, that was one of the, I guess, I don't know, maybe not the biggest takeaway, but it was just kind of like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting that. I guess that's kind of the main thing, was it was unexpected. But I did like it. It was an added layer, bit of artistry that I didn't think I was going to see going into the movie. So yeah, but yeah, difficult watch. The ending, and I guess so. Yeah, based on, I think it's like I did a little reading afterwards, and it sounds like it's a mixture of a book and real individuals sort of blended together. Like the book was not about these individuals, but it was sort of blended. So real life um, and not blended together. Maybe, I don't know. I should read more about it, but I really did want to sort of go into most of these Oscar Best Picture nominees without much information. I think the one I knew most about was Barbie when I saw that one, just from the commercials everywhere, the previews everywhere. But even Oppenheimer, I think maybe I saw one trailer. This one I saw no trailers. All I had was the title and just a very short synopsis. And I don't even remember how I heard that synopsis. Maybe it was when I was just like, what won Best Picture? And I think that was it. I looked up each Best Picture winner because some of them I hadn't heard of. This was one of them. And I just read that quick little synopsis about living on the outside of the Auschwitz walls. So anyway, definitely worth checking out. Powerful movie, and has some great cinematic form artistry to it as well. So yeah, Zone of Interest, Best Picture nominee. Another one watched. I don't know which one I'm going to watch next. Probably Anatomy of a Fall, maybe American Fiction. I think, what is it? Poor Things. I haven't seen that yet. I think that comes out this month on VOD. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't think it's playing in any theaters near me anymore. Well, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have you seen this movie? What were your thoughts on it? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.